What is going on, Atlanta Falcon fans? Man, y'all know it is your boy Antoine Smith. And I'm going to stop in right quick to give y'all my Falcon three keys to victory over the Vikings. Week one didn't go like we wanted to with the Falcons. They had their chances. But these three keys to victory, I think, can pull out a win in Minnesota. And that's going to be a tough Viking team coming off a comeback win against the Chicago Bears. But here are my three key victories for the Atlanta Falcons against the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Falcons have to get back to basics, man, and running the football is going to be key to this team's offense. Now, I told y'all before, this offensive line is made for running, run blocking, and I'm going to stick to that. So take advantage of what this team is good at. If they can run the ball against the Vikings, I think they have an excellent chance of winning the game because, as I told y'all, clock management is everything in the NFL. Now, Minnesota is coming off a 119 yard game against the Chicago Bears. And Chicago pretty much had their way until the fourth quarter, but Minnesota defense turned it up. So I feel like if you run the ball against Minnesota, I think it weakens that defensive line just a little bit enough to make, enough throws from Michael Penix and get this team on the right direction. But because last week, Bijan and Tyler combined for 48 yards. Yes, Bijan had 100 yards receiving, but the key to this team is running the football. They ran the football for 125 yards a game between the both of them last year. Get back to that. That's going to be key going forward because, like I said, Bijan gets to going, Tyler gets to going, this offense gets to going because play action is going to open up, and I feel like they can take more shots downfield. But run the ball is number one. Number two, I think you got to pressure JJ McCarthy, man. He stayed out last year with an injury, so this is really his rookie season, if you want me to be honest about it. So I think pressuring him is going to be key. Now, he did have a decent game against the Bears, 13 for 20, 65% completion percentage. He didn't put up a ton of yards, did throw 2 touchdowns and a pick six, actually. So I think he settled down, and he led that Minnesota Charger, actually had a rushing touchdown as well. So you're going to have to pressure McCarthy, get him out of the pocket. And I think with the way the Falcons defense played last week, I absolutely loved the way they played. Billy Bowman and Diablo, they combined for a sack last week. And ironically, both of them had half a sack and 6 tackles. So let's capitalize on how this defense played last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if y'all want some more numbers, the Falcons were ninth in the league last week in quarterback pressure rate, 40%. Remember, last year, they were damn near last at 28%. So to see that the first game of the year, them getting pressure, the quarterback out of the spot. Now, Baker Mayfield did escape a couple of sacks. They could have had about 4 this game. But I think with a quarterback like McCarthy, you're going to have to take advantage of his inexperience. And the best way to do that is blitz any way you can. Like I said, I love to see Billy Bowman coming off that corner. One thing I would love to see the Falcons coaching staff do in this game, get the pass rushers a little bit more time on the field to get themselves going, get them more snaps so they can get into a rhythm. If they can get into a rhythm, I think it picks up the pressure, and I think it's going to be a good showing by this defense if they can keep that pressure on McCarthy, and if these edge rushers get more snaps. I just think they need more snaps to get some camaraderie going. Number three, it sort of ties into number one. When I said run the ball, I actually mean that. And number three, I think Kyle Pitts, you got to target him more. He had 7 catches for 59 yards last week, and a lot of those were dink and dunk passes. I need to see Kyle Pitts stretch the field. As I said in a previous video, I feel like that throw to Kadarius Hodge, that should have been Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts scores on that play and the Falcons win the game. So you got to learn from mistakes like that. 8.4 yards a catch is not going to cut it. Now, Bijan did have 6 catches for 100 yards, but you can't count on that every week. You got to get him going and running the football. And if Kyle Pitts, if he controls the middle of the field and use his height advantage and his speed, I think the Falcons, I think Michael Penix has another great game. So when you target Kyle Pitts, I think you open up the run game, and I think this could be one of the biggest keys. And also, y'all got to remember, Drake London suffered a shoulder injury last week, so we don't even know if he's going to play. So if he doesn't play, I think Darnell Mooney comes back, and I think Kyle Pitts becomes the number one or the number two target, depending on how they want to use it. But you can also still see Bijan get more receptions out of the backfield to help with this pass game. But I think Kyle Pitts is still going to be key, and the Vikings really they had good success against the Bears wide receivers last week. 3 catches for 43 yards between them. But I think Kyle Pitts is way more athletic, way more versatile than those guys. And I really think Ivan Pace, he's a pass rusher. He can't cover well. And I think they need to exploit that and take advantage of that. So I need Kyle Pitts to come through this week. And I need the Falcons to make this happen because I just think Pitts is going to be huge this week. But those are my 3 keys to victory for the Atlanta Falcons against the Minnesota Vikings. The Falcons have a good chance in this one because I just think the way they played last week should have won the game. I think they found a way to bounce back this week in Minnesota. And yeah, Minnesota's always been a tough place to play for the Falcons, but I think they have enough firepower to go in there, snatch a win, get back to 500, and go into week 3 and, better their chances in the division. But those are my 3 keys to victory. Y'all drop y'all 3 keys to victory or just a key to victory for the Atlanta Falcons against the Minnesota Vikings. Drop them in the comment, man. Let me know. It's your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will talk to y'all soon, man. Peace.